We saw Ben teach a lesson on coordinates. In the first part of the lesson, he focused on whole class interaction. And then the second part was group work, and that type of group work where you separate the children off into different ability groups and provide additional support or maybe even extension tasks. In this clip, we are going to see how Ben pulls all of those elements together into a final plenary. What you'll see him doing will be reviewing the learning objectives, going back to a key task, sharing the extension work across the group so that all learners can benefit from it, and also giving the children feedback on how they've achieved against his success criteria and his expectations.
Right then, class, just hold it there a second. Now, what I would like you to do is, can you just put your pencils down, please? Look this way. Now, in a second, when I ask you, not until, I want you to make a pile. Each table, each group's going to make a pile of your worksheets in the middle of your desk. So you can just put them on top of your topic folders, underneath the, not until, underneath the pot of pencils. You can put your pencils back in the pot. Then as soon as you've done that really quickly and sensibly, group 2, wait until I say thank you. Really quickly and sensibly, I'd like you to go and stand. You remember at the start of the lesson when we used the big grid? I want you to go and stand where you were then so you can see the grid again. Is that okay?
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Quickly and sensibly, off we go. Right then, class. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to finish off by just recapping on what we've been doing. Now, I'm going to start with Group 1 first. Now, Group 1, you were working with Mr. Hare. So, let's have a look up somewhere in Group 1. Nathan. Nathan, can you remind me and everybody else what my little tip is for remembering that we should go horizontal then vertical?
You go along the corridor and up the stairs.
Along the corridor and up the stairs, yep. And then we can remember that horizontal is across, vertical is up. Yeah? Okay? So, if I said to you, in fact, I'll pick someone else in Group 1. Where's somebody else in Group 1? Who feels really confident in Group 1, that's in Group 1? Right. I want you to put these post-it notes. Go to the starting point. Who else in Group 1 can remind me where the starting point is? Yep.
0.
0, there we go. Can you put that on B2 for me? B2. That's it. There you go, well done. And you can go back to your place, that's fine. Right then, now, another person, it can be in Group 1 or Group 2. I want you to see if you can put me these scissors, be careful with them. See if you can put me these scissors on C5. 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 Can you put me those on C5, please? But can you do it properly? Remember, you need to go right to the hold the scissors properly when you're walking. So somebody remind him, where does he need to start? Hands up.
0.
Hands up.
0.
0. Then he goes which way? Horizontal to C, and then he goes vertical to, what number did I say, remind me?
5.
To 5. So off you go. Thumbs up, is he right?
Yeah.
Spot on, good stuff, thank you. Now, Group 2, I'm going to ask you to do this one, because what I asked you to do is to move on to another concept we've done earlier in the year on shape, didn't I? Now, we've got the post-it note on B2, we've got the scissors on C5. Who thinks they can be really smart, really confident, and tell me a point, a coordinate that you could put one of these whiteboards on, so that if we joined them together we could make a triangle? Okay. Do you think you can do that for me? Good stuff. There you go. Go and put it on there for me. Just step back to the side so everybody can see. That's it. Thumbs up, is that a triangle?
Yeah.
Yeah? Who can tell me? How do we know that's a triangle? It's got...
C5.
How do we know it's a triangle? Before you tell me what the points are, go on then.
Because it's got 3 lines.
That'll do me. It's got 3 sides. Well done. So, and what point was that? He's just going to put it on there for us, but what point was it at? Yeah?
A5.
A5, do we agree with that? Yeah. Thumbs up? Yeah. Fantastic. Right then. Now, group 3, you moved on to something that was even more difficult than that, because you looked at, before any points were given, you looked at trying to look at the grid and plotting points to make different shapes. Now, if I give you some points, I'm going to give you some points and see if group 3, see if you can tell me what shape I might be making. Okay, so if I gave you B1, D1, B5 and D5, what shape might I be making group 3? Yeah?
A square.
A square. Does anybody think anything different? Yeah?
A rectangle.
A rectangle. Are we to try it? Yeah? Try and see. Because I think you're both on the right lines there. Because we've got 4 points, so it's going to be a 4-sided shape. Well done. So, if I can have... Can you put me that on D1? Could you put me those on B1? Can I have them back? Thank you. Can you put me those on D5? And I need someone to put me this on B5. Go on then. Go on that way. Right. Just to check, have we got the points correct there before we start?
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, let's have a look there. Thumbs up if you agreed with the first suggestion, with the first guess that it was a square. Thumbs up if you agree with the second suggestion it's a rectangle. Okay? So let's just go back to the our lesson objectives. Now, the objective was to identify the position of an object on a grid of squares. So if I said to any of you in here, if I said to you, what point is the whiteboard on? Do you think you could tell me what position it is, what coordinate it is? Thumbs up, thumbs side or thumbs down? Good stuff. And to use and understand coordinates. So we've all used the coordinates. Now when I mark your sheets, I'll see which groups and which individual children were more confident than others, but we've all used them. And also, who can remember some of the ways in everyday life where we use coordinates? Yeah?
Using them on a map.
On maps. Well done. And it says by the end of the lesson, you will be able to understand coordinates and plot them on a grid of squares, which again, you've shown, when I've been walking around assessing and you've been working with Mr. Eyre, you've shown that to me, and we've done it in our, at the end of in our plenary as well. What I need you to do now, guys, because the bell is just about to go, we need to go and take a seat, back at our places, and just sit down sensibly. Can we do that?
Yes.
So did you enjoy that lesson?
Yeah.
Great. So what was good about having a lesson where the teacher taught you as a whole group and gave you lots of activity to do, and then you got to do group work? What was good about it? Yeah.
It was easier because he showed us what to do instead of just telling us what to do.
So is it helpful when teachers show you how to do things? Does that
Yeah.
work well? What was good about the way he explained the lesson? What did you like about that?
After everything he explained, he turned it into something fun, like looking for his car keys.
Okay, so what worked best for you, do you think, as a learner?
I liked everything really.
You liked everything about the lesson. So if you went home and told your mum what was the most exciting part of that lesson, what would you say?
I'd say when we had to do the things with the keys was the best, with the map thing,
And why was that the best part of the lesson?
because it was fun.
Because it was fun, yeah. And did it help you to remember it being fun as well?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So has anybody got anything else they'd like to say that they think is a good thing to say about why that was a good lesson? Anyone else got something? Yeah?
I liked it because normally when we're in different groups at school, the teachers don't let us work together sometimes, and today the teacher let us work together.
So any other things you'd like to add to that?
Mr. Froggatt made it interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So what about the way Mr. Foggett deals with behaviour? What do you think about what's good about the way he manages a class?
He doesn't get really angry and he doesn't shout at you.
Yeah. So he just tells you, put your pencil down, just does it very clearly and quietly, doesn't he? Great. Well, thank you very much for telling me about what you enjoyed in the lesson and what worked for you.